Python dictionaries are used to store what are known as key value pairs. So let's make a directory. And we'll make some data structures that store product information like at a grocery store. So a dictionary uses the squiggle brackets or braces, unlike a list which uses square brackets. So we'll say products equals, that's how you make an empty dictionary, but you can also make a dictionary with things in it already. So we have to decide what the keys and values will be in our dictionary. In the case of products, let's have the keys be kind of like the barcode, like an ID, and the values be the name of the product. So we'll say ID 1001, and then you put a colon, and then you put your value. Now your key could be anything, any type, like integer, string, whatever. Your value could be any type, integer, string, whatever. So this will be Cocoa Puffs cereal, and this key will be Folgers coffee, and this key will be sourdough bread. I'll put it down here. You don't have to indent it like this, but I'll just choose to do that. So there I've got a dictionary with some stuff in it already. Now, things you can do with the dictionary, of course you can print it and you'll see it pretty much in the same format. So there's the same format. You can also do things like check if a key exists. The way we do that is kind of like a list. You say if, say 1001 in products, if I change the key later, I'll just do it like that. So if 1001 is in products, that's checking for the key, not the value. So there's no quick way to check if Cocoa Puffs are in the products dictionary. Key is in products. If we change it to 1002, it'll just say it's not in products. Not products. Also, you can loop through the keys. Actually, before that, I want to show you get the value for a key. So you can say value for key 1001, and it would be products bracket, just like a list, but instead of a number inside, or it could be a number if that's your key, which is what we have actually, but you put whatever the key type of thing is. And we'll see a different kind of key in a second here. But that will grab the value for the key 1001. So you see Cocoa Puffs. There's Cocoa Puffs. So it's just like a list, except your keys may be more complex, like strings or something inside the brackets. And so looping through, the only thing you get when you loop is the keys. So you can say for, product ID in products, and you can print product ID, which is a number, product name. So let's get products. Actually, let me do the format technique. That'll be simpler here. Product ID. This will just be the variable product ID, which is produced by the loop. Product name. This will be products, product ID. Product ID is the key. Let me get rid of this word so it fits on the screen. It's products bracket product ID. Products is the dictionary, bracket, and then product ID is the key. The key is coming from the loop. And I got my parentheses correct. Okay, so let's see if that works. Yep. So that's how you can kind of go through all of the elements, all the keys of a dictionary, and do something with every key or do something with every value. Of course, you can change a value using the key. Products 1001. It wasn't Cocoa Puffs, it's Fruity Pebbles. So that will change it forever in that dictionary. Well, until you change it again. But that key has been overwritten with a new value. And you can assign a new key value. Later, you can just make it up. 1005 equals soap. So if the key doesn't exist, it'll just make a new key, a new entry. Right, so you see it changed the Fruity Pebbles, and then we also added soap. Notice, by the way, these may come out in the same order that you put them in originally, but there's no guarantee. So when you do a loop over the keys, they're not going to be sorted necessarily. Okay. Now, one last thing that we can do here is make a little more complicated set of values. So imagine we have a cart, and actually a cart would be a list, and then we can append to the cart a little dictionary saying, here's a product ID. So now our key in this dictionary that we're putting in a list, so this list will be a list of dictionaries. Every dictionary in that list in the cart will have two things: a product ID as a key, and it will have a quantity as a key. Right, so we're making a shopping cart where you say I want 2 boxes of this cereal and so forth. Append another one, product ID 1005, quantity 3, and so forth. So if we print cart now, you'll see it's a list of dictionaries. Here's a list of dictionaries. So there's one dictionary, and then here's the second dictionary. These dictionaries don't have to have the same keys and value or key names, but obviously that's going to be useful because we want to ultimately determine the price of everything. So we need to go back to our products and get a little more complicated here. These should be little key value kind of things also. So instead of just having the name, we're going to need the name and the price. So this lets us store more information for that same product ID. Folder's coffee, I don't know. And one more. So notice that dictionaries can be put inside dictionaries, which is what we're doing here as the values. Okay, now we might have to change something else here. This line is okay if keys and products, that still works. The value, that still prints fine. Okay, this would be bad because we're now having everything as dictionaries. So what you could do is actually just change the name of that product from Cocoa Puffs to Fruity Pebbles. So what's happening here, products bracket 1001 refers to that dictionary that says my name is Fruity Pebbles and my price is whatever. And then so the next brackets go into that inside dictionary and just change the name. Now in this case, that's not going to work because there is no 1005. So I'll have to establish it for the first time as a full dictionary. Okay, so now everything should agree out, and this will print out info. It'll be not just the name. So let's see if that's all still happy. All right, here's the original dictionary just printed. The key is not in products. Value for that key is the whole sub dictionary. And as we go through, we see all these little sub dictionaries. All right, so now finishing our cart, we're going to use the product ID from the cart, go look up the price, and then multiply that by the quantity, and we'll have a total. Okay, so we'll say now this cart is a list, so it's pretty straightforward. For item in cart, item is now one of these dictionaries that has a product ID and has a quantity. It's total equals total plus look up the product ID in the products dictionary. So item bracket quote product ID. Item bracket product ID is this from the cart. And we're using that inside the products dictionary to go look up that product, which will have a name and a price. And then we want to grab the price. Times, so let me put plus equals because that will save some space. Plus equal. Times item quantity. So there you go, that adds up the cart. So again, what's happening here, you're looking inside the item product ID key, which gives us 1001 or 1005. And so this thing turns into 1001 or 1005. That goes into the key for products, which gives us back the information about that product, which is a dictionary and therefore has a price. And then we're multiplying that price times the quantity from the item. And then you can print total price with 2 decimal places perhaps. And total, and of course I need to make total start 0. Oh, I have a problem. Did I put price in quotes? That would be bad. Yeah, all these prices should probably not be in quotes because I can't add them. I can convert them to a float, but I could also just not do quotes. One more, I think. All right, let's see if that works. All right, so total price. I could have printed the cart more nicely, but in any case, it's clear with very little code, I would say, dictionaries, especially like nested dictionaries, can be very, very convenient. You can check if something is in the dictionary as a key. You can get the value for a certain key. You can change the value. You can even go inside an inner dictionary and change values. And you can make a list of dictionaries if you wanted. And you can grab a value out of one dictionary with a certain key and use that value as the key of a second dictionary, which then has a sub-dictionary, and so on and so forth. So this is very common practice. Pretty much every Python program is going to have dictionaries somehow, and this kind of nested structure is super convenient. So I highly suggest you start thinking about that with your own programs.